Have you ever heard of generational trauma? Our ancestors' past can affect our mental health today. One man is looking into breaking that generational cycle, especially with African American men. Take a look.
I find that Black men, we suffer from what you call an egotistical way of looking at things. We don't like to be the machoism, the lifestyle, especially in the gang lifestyle, that we as men deal with when it comes to dealing with trauma. What I see is that the young men that we deal with in dealing with trauma, if it's untreated, how do we go about getting them the safety spots that we need? I found out that even with me in my lifestyle, how did I overcome a lot of trauma that I've dealt with? Finding safe spaces, finding people that I can address the issue with to deal with my personal trauma. How do we deal with transgenerational trauma, passed down pain from our fathers and our grandfathers? And I found out that if we haven't found a way to deal with one of the number one issues on how trauma transforms itself in depression. One thing I found out about Black men, we don't know how to deal with depression, anxiety, and depression, anxiety turns into violent behaviors. And what violent behavior does, we pass that on to people that don't even go to, or we need to, that they don't even belong to. So I feel that until we get down to the root cause and deal with why are we suffering from the most violent behaviors in what we consider ourselves in the communities, in the jails, and on dealing with this this trauma, suffering in silence. How are we suffering in silence? So these are some of the issues that I want to bring about and bring men together to where we can open up, express ourselves, and deal with some of the critical questions that we afraid to deal with due to the stigma that go along with.
And you know, Reginald, there is that issue that you mentioned, Black masculinity, that would prevent someone from reaching out for help. And so how do you get past that hurdle where you get the counseling that you need? How do you get past that Black masculinity or the negative images or connotations in the Black community if you seek mental health? How do you get past that in order to get the help you need?
Well, one thing we have to break the stigma, and we have to break the cycle and challenge what I'm actually doing this coming Sunday, is to bring men together, and we have to be strong enough to challenge the areas that affects us and be able to speak openly about some of the things, what causes us to, what we do when we get stressed out. How do we handle the anxiety that comes on us? Who do we have in our corner to where we can go to and talk to express ourselves honestly and openly to other men about some of the things that we deal with? I think that untreated trauma is internal rage that we express in ways that some people just don't understand. And most of the time I find out that men, we address our anger and our trauma in different ways, in aggressive ways, whether or not it's a violent way, whether or not it's a hurtful way. But until we learn how to come together, communicate in a way that we can address some of the pain that we're dealing with, we're gonna continue this cycle of passing down pain that we have received from other people and maybe our fathers and our grandfathers that we have not dealt with in the past.
Now, you're starting that with a conversation this Sunday in Houston. Tell us about that event and where people can come to express themselves openly and without judgment.
Well, this Sunday at 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock, what we're doing is opening the door to young men, to men in the community to come together so we can have a brotherhood breakfast where we could sit down and have an open conversation about some of the things that we're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? How do we deal with the fears that we do not like to talk about? You know what I'm saying? And I think that until we come together and be open in a safe place to where we know that we need to deal with some of the issues, but it's hard for us to deal with some of our issues if we're suffering from our own mental fears on how we express ourselves, on how people gonna judge us, because we're too busy worried about how people gonna judge us in the mental form of being soft, being gullible about some of the issues that we're dealing with. So this Sunday at 10 o'clock here at the Unlimited Vision Behavior Health Institution, we're gonna open the doors to where we can come together and we can really discuss some of these issues from all points of life that men deal with from the first. We're going to start in how we deal with our family structure lifestyle. Next thing, we're going to deal with how men deal with their boys. Next thing, we're going to deal with how men that exit the prison system come out and how they need the help that they needed before they even went in there dealing with mental illness. So we're going to be addressing a lot of these issues, and we're going to give men an open floor and a platform to where he can express himself.
Lots of issues to cover. Information for that event is right there on your screen. It's happening this Sunday morning at the Unlimited Visions Behavioral Health Institute. The contact information is there for you to write down, and the food is free.